Welcome back to 843 TV. We always enjoy talking with you, Bennett, and we've talked about a lot of things today. We're continuing with safety during holidays. Talk about traveling and shopping and what do you...
Well, right, you know, obviously people travel a lot more during the holidays, and there's things that they can do to keep themselves safe. You know, there's the obvious ones when you're traveling, you know, getting plenty of rest, not drinking and driving, making sure that you travel during daylight hours. But some of the things that others, you know, you may not think about when you're traveling is planning your trip so that when you do need to stop for gas, you're stopping at an exit that is well lit, is, you know, a little more crowded, rather than getting to a point where now you need gas and you're stopping in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, you may not be familiar with those areas, but, you know, when we're traveling, a lot of times you're traveling in places that are unfamiliar, people are distracted, you know, you're trying to follow your GPS on your car or on your phone, and it's easy to get distracted using all of this great technology that we have now to make it better for us, to make it easier for us to get where we're going, can sometimes be a distraction. So being mindful of that. Obviously, you know, one of the things that you know, I read recently, when you're traveling, if you have enough food and drink in the vehicle, especially if you're traveling with kids, you may not have to stop as often, because every time you stop and get on and off the exit, it can be, you know, dangerous. And the other thing is making sure that your car is prepared for travel. You know, I had a great uncle who was killed on I-95 because their car had broken down. They were traveling a great distance from Savannah down towards Miami. He had pulled over on the side of the road because his vehicle had broken down. He got out in front of the vehicle, and a tractor trailer hit the rear of their vehicle, and he was killed instantly. So, you know, those are things to be mindful. If you are traveling, make sure your vehicle is prepared for the road. You know, have your tires checked, the air pressure, you know, the condition of the tires. You know, perhaps go ahead and do the oil change service. Make sure your vehicle's ready. And, you know, also when we're out shopping, one of the things that people may not think about is obviously if you're shopping, keeping your doors locked. My wife is always telling me I don't lock my vehicle doors very often, but especially during the holidays, you know, people know that you may have packages, you know, gifts in your vehicle. When you stop for gas, lock your vehicle. If you're out shopping, if you want to continue shopping, a lot of times you'll take packages to your vehicle,
drop them off,
put them in your car, make sure they're out of sight. But also I would recommend that you get in your car, back out of the parking space, drive around the parking lot and move to another location, because if a potential thief sees you put packages in your car and then go back in, then they know you've got packages in there and you're not out in the parking lot. So those are little tips that I think are very important. You know, making sure that you are well rested, you know, and you have a plan of attack when you're out traveling.
I always tell my children, and when they're traveling, not everybody is the same like you might be or we might be. People have evil intent. It's unfortunate, but
that is unfortunate.
They have to do that. So simple safety tips like that. What other things can you recommend?
Well, you know, obviously when we have other people in the car being distracted, sometimes you're singing Christmas carols. You got the Christmas music. My wife loves Christmas music. She starts watching the Hallmark movies early. So, you know, there's a more festive atmosphere, you know, sometimes when you're traveling, and you can be easily distracted. Making sure that, you know, all of your passengers are, you know, buckled up. Because when, you know, there's a lot more people on the roadways, there's a lot more potential for something bad to happen. So.
Of course. Any cases that you have seen, or, you know, ways that, anything you want to share? If someone has, again, I think I might have a case, how can I check out?
Well, obviously, you know, during the holidays, people drink and they go to parties, and, you know, if you can avoid traveling at night, where others, you may be, you know, you may not have had anything to drink, but others may have, and so the risks go up at night, especially during the holidays if somebody's leaving a holiday party. So if you can avoid driving at night, I certainly recommend it. I myself have a problem sometimes seeing at night. My vision's not as good at night. So I don't like to drive at night. I certainly don't like to ride my motorcycle at night, because I can't see as well. So if you can avoid driving at night, that's what I would recommend.
Let's talk about motorcycles, because you do see that around here. What are some tips? Obviously, helmet safety is number one.
Well, helmet safety, but, you know, for those that don't ride, you know, look twice, you know. And when you're riding at night, obviously make sure that you have all your proper safety, and your lights are working and those things. But, you know, the biggest thing is, you know, motorists can't see a motorcycle as well as they can see a car. and they can't judge the distance or the speed of the motorcycle because it's one headlight versus two, and so it can be very problematic. You see a lot of cars pull out in front of motorcycles, and at night it's even worse.
Well, we're out of time, and we could talk and talk about so many things that you do in the community and that you're doing just to help people in general. So thanks for having us in your home today, and thank you all for watching 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.